Hey there guys, Guy here, and let's talk about some Overwatch really fast. Now Overwatch is a game I've gotten really into the last few days, and I decided, hey, there's a character I'm good with in this game. Maybe I should teach people my strategy on how to play this character, and maybe in the future I'll teach you a few other characters as I learn them and get better at the game. This first character is Genji. Now I'm going to teach you basically how I play Genji, teach you his moveset, how I like to play him, and a few other facts about Genji you may not know. So let's start it off. Genji's first and most important main move is his Shuriken, which comes with two different main attacks, left mouse button attack and the right mouse button attack. Let's start by talking about the left click method. The left click method will fling a rapid line of shurikens at the target. They stay in like a straight vertical line, so it's great for distance shots against people like Widowmaker, who's a sniper, and other heroes who are in the distance. This move has a 24 ammo shot and has a fire rate of 3 per second with a 1 second cooldown and reload timer. It does about 28 damage per shuriken, so if 3 hit, you're talking some big damage against any heroes it hits. He also has the right mouse version, which is a little bit different as it fires 3 shurikens in a horizontal spread instead of a vertical spread. This is better for more close range combat because it has a faster cooldown than the left click button. However, just like the left button, which has 24 ammo, this one actually has a fire rate of 6 per second because it doesn't have that cooldown. It also does 28 damage like the other shuriken attack and is very good when you're up close against heroes that you need to escape from. His next ability is probably my personal favorite, which is Deflect. Deflect is one of those moves that takes a lot of time to master, however. The move is pretty simple as it deflects incoming projectiles and sends them back at the enemy. Using the move is very effective against people like Bastion, as they can send bullets at you at a very fast rate. Well, Genji can actually send them back at that exact rate in rapid succession and absolutely annihilate those characters. Deflect cannot deflect melee attacks, but it will actually negate the damage, which is something people don't realize. So if you're in trouble, you can actually use that move to negate all damage coming your way. After Deflect, you have Swift Strike, which is his move that allows Genji to slice towards the enemy at a very fast pace. He kind of like teleports and moves fast towards the enemy and slices through them. Now, I see this move being probably the most terribly used move any Genji player can use. People don't know how to properly use it because they don't understand the move that well. Basically, anyone in a straight line, when the move is used in front of Genji, they get sliced. And the move is very effective in finishing off targets as it does a decent amount of damage, and it actually refreshes instantly if you are able to get a kill with it. So that's why I like to be very careful when I use it, and only to use it if I have to get away or if I can guarantee myself a kill, so then I can quickly get out of the area with it anyway. The move is also a great escape tool, as mentioned before, if you're in danger. One of the largest mistakes is using this move way too early. If you use this move on someone and it doesn't kill them, it puts Genji in danger because he cannot use it to actually get away, and he will very quickly get taken down because he does not have that much health. He is very agile, but a lot of times it's not enough. So be mindful of this when you're using the move. His ultimate move is called Dragon Blade. It allows users to slash their way through enemies using his sword. Now, the ultimate move only lasts about 8 seconds if you do not die beforehand, and you're extremely vulnerable when using this move. It does a ton of damage, however, so it's very high risk and high reward. You have to sacrifice either yourself for a few high damages on maybe a tank, or you can go for a bunch of weaker targets and take them all out probably with ease. It does about 120 damage per hit, so keep that in mind. It's very important. You are still able to actually use Deflect and Swift Strike while you use the blade. You can't use the shurikens, however, so yeah, that's probably something to avoid. Some general tips about Genji that I like to keep in mind, that Genji is an offensive character, but don't throw away his life. Just because he's offensive does not mean he has to be up close and personal. Take advantage of his long range attacks with the shurikens and only move up close if it's 100% necessary. Also, always have some sort of escape route in mind. I see so many people like, oh, I can get out this way, and then they'll just keep fighting till they die. So plan out an escape route and actually use that escape route if Genji is in trouble. Because Genji is an extremely mobile character, and he's great at getting away from tight spaces if need be, especially with that double jump and climb ability that he has. Genji's also great at taking out enemies that fire a lot of projectiles in rapid succession, kind of like Bastion. His deflect move is insanely underrated. It's kind of what makes Genji one of the best characters in my personal opinion. Genji can also double jump, which can catch opponents off guard. I use this in a combo way to double jump and throw shurikens at people, which allows me to snipe them without allowing the enemy to figure out what my location is. Another tip is to avoid Mei like the plague. Mei is the freeze character, and she slows you down. She's probably the best counter to Genji, as she can destroy his mobility and render him virtually useless. I try to avoid Mei like Like, do it. Just don't go near Mei if you're Genji. Trust me, you'll lose. Dragon Blade does 120 damage per hit, so keep that in mind because when attacking with it, you only have about 8 or 9 hits before it actually runs out. I believe it's 8, but I'm too lazy to scroll up on my document to find out. Besides Mei, you should also probably avoid Winston and Zarya as they keep up with his fast-paced running and mobility with ease and still can deal a lot of damage, and they can annihilate him very quickly. So try to avoid them as well. However, there are ways to take them out. I just prefer to avoid those two because they honestly can deal quite a bit of damage. As stated previously, though, Genji is very good against characters like Bastion, but he's actually also good against people like Torbjorn because he can actually take out those turrets with his deflect ability. He's also great against people like Mercy healers because he can hit the healer from a very long range and keep up with her if she tries to flee. So he's good at taking out those support characters like healers and can really mess up a team's flow by taking out characters that are key to keeping, others alive, like a healer healing Bastion or whatever. Another tip, if you're deflecting bullets, you don't have to deflect it back at the main target. You can actually angle the shots and deflect it at others. So if I see a Bastion getting healed by a Mercy, I can actually deflect the bullets back at the Mercy and then switch back over to the Bastion. And usually at that point, I can kill the Mercy and then damage the Bastion enough to just get in there, swift strike it, and kill it. So make sure to keep that in mind as well. Anyway, guys, that is how I play Genji. If you like the video, make sure to drop a like on it. If you play Overwatch, also make sure to tell me who your favorite characters below and who you may want to see a review on in the future and how to play or how I play that character. So thank you, everybody, for watching. And as always, stay beautiful, and I will see you next time.